Morning. So I didn't do a video last time I was out. I just didn't have time. And this weekend actually pretty busy too. I was out last night, our fire company's installation dinner. But I had to take my dad to the airport this morning at 4, so I shot down after that, and we're gonna do a little work. Figure I'll try to get a video and get everyone caught up. Beautiful morning, cold though. I mean, it's hard to believe it's you know, it's the date it is here, and this morning it was 28 degrees, and we had snow on the solar panels. That's what I started off with. A little bit of snow in the woods. Still on the shed there. So far this year, we've already got the cabin opened up. We pulled the tarps down off the front, which is always a nice thing to get done. And we've been trying to replenish our wood pile. Doing the syrup this year kind of consumed more than we normally would. So this morning we're going to take the ATV, which we got started up last week. The big Grizzly is running well. The little Suzuki that we use normally for towing the trailer, one of the tires is flat and won't hold air. So we're gonna try to slime it and see if that'll hold, because it seems like it's weeping through the tread. And if that doesn't work, then we'll have to get a new tire. Starts up nice. So I'm gonna get rid of my ATV this year. I have a Yamaha 350 Warrior, and that's gonna go. We don't need it, and it sits too much. So I'll probably look maybe next year, the year after, to get another small size 4x4, like a 300 series. But for this year, I'm just gonna get rid of it. It needs new front tires. I'll put those on, then I'm gonna sell it. Oh, so like I said, what a beautiful day. Could stare at that all day long. But seeing as I have work to get done, I'll go chop some trees down. Actually, we're not chopping anything down. We've been looking at deadfall. And the one we're going to start off with is, I'm not even sure if it'll stand out, but there's one over here that's split down the middle. So we're going to take that down. Looks like there's one off to the right that split last year that I wanted to get, we never did. So we'll take those two out today. We've been taking standing dead trees around other places. We're just taking the stuff that's standing dead for right now. Try to leave the good healthy trees alone and in place. So let's go, let's get to it. And that's all she wrote. So we pulled the maple out. Actually, it was easier. Hooked up to the ATV and pulled it out. I got a cherry tree back in there, and I cleared a path so we can drive back to it. So now we're gonna split and haul. Like a lot of fun. Okay, time for more work. Going hot. Okay, so I've had this for years. I bought this off a buddy of mine and never shot it. As you can tell from my lack of proficiency with using those gripper clips, I need to use more. I need more practice, obviously. Seeing as the first 20 or so shots I put through it, no jams, no functions. It's a 1951 SKS from Tula Armory out of Russia. The previous owner to my buddy refinished the stock. This isn't the stock color. You can put 10 rounds in it. I followed New York state law, put 7 rounds in, 6 on the first one, because I brought the wrong number of bullets with me. I will obey the law, even though I disagree with it. Seems to be fairly accurate, but yeah, I was missing. I have a couple tree stumps set out there, and I was missing it quite a bit, so I could use a bit more practice and some sight time with it, just with a piece of paper instead of a tree log. But I wanted to get it out and take it for a spin. So fun. I'll walk back and I'll show you what else we've been working on. So here's a little bit of the wood we brought back. This was empty, and probably about 1 face cord over here. Before I show you the rest of my wood pile, we'll go over and I'll show you something we rigged up for maple syrup, and I didn't video it. I just didn't have time. We've kind of stopped doing the maple syrup for now. We got some running, but we're not doing very much of it right now. It's just stuff that's in the fridge. A couple of gallons left. Okay, so we have a temporary structure that we rigged up to the guest cabin. This is all just held in place with a couple screws. And the way it would work was we took the boxwood stove we had, set it down on those and get closer. Sit down on the concrete blocks. We have a concrete backer board between the cabin and the wood stove, and then we took the stovepipe and just fed it up through the cleanout on the other stove. And it seems to work okay. It cuts down on the wind. Yeah, it's a bit inconvenient. We could probably use it to build a sugar shack, but for this year it worked. So let's walk over and I'll show you how much wood we went through for maple syrup. It was more than we thought. So we're going to try to double the amount of wood we put up this year. Because last year we did it in the spring. We knocked down the one cherry tree, the lightning strike for this cabin, and a couple others, but that was about it. We didn't really do a whole heck of a lot of wood harvesting. We didn't touch any of the stuff behind my barn. I have a couple cord back there still, but we didn't touch any of that stuff. But this pile here, used to go right out to that tree right in the middle. So, you know, we used a good 2 cords wood, maybe a little bit more, 2.5. So we've been putting up wood. These last 3 stacks are what we put up so far this year. That last pile on the end is what we put up today, along with that other pile. Just from so we're just taking standing dead trees down, or good on the ground stuff. If it's up in the air and it's not rotten, we've been splitting that too. So we have a big cherry. I can see it from here. We won't be able to pick it out in the camera. That would probably yield easily 2 full cord of wood, maybe 3. It's got a lightning strike. It's kind of gnarly to take down. It's back 50 yards into the woods straight ahead. But there's lightning strike trees are always, you gotta worry about if when you're cutting it, if it gives when you're cutting. So we'll take it down. It's just I hate doing it. But that one tree will give us about 3 cord of wood. It's conveniently located, really close to the cabins. It's still alive, so not to season up for a year before we use it. But we'll take that. I can see we have a standing dead straight ahead through here. We can take. There's a lot of standing dead we can take without even going up on the hill. Just on the plateau where our buildings are, we can take probably 10 cord of standing dead without having to venture more than 20 feet off the trail. So like I said, we're going to try to double that pile. So what we have here, double that up this year. So fully populated, that's probably 3 cord, give or take, maybe 4. So I'd like to have another pile right next to it, right here in front, and this boat probably out of here. We're also going to try to get rid of. It's going to be a lot of cleanup year for us. We got an old camper. I'd like to see that get out of here, and just to clean up the place. It's got some scrap value. That's about it. So get that out. We have an old trailer we used to use for hauling stuff that the bed on it rotted out. So I want to rip that off this year and just use it for hauling firewood and stuff around the property. Last week I didn't do a video. I came down 2 weeks ago. I came down, and my father-in-law turned his water on and quickly found out that he had a very large leak. So I got to crawl underneath it and found the leak. It was a good quarter-size hole in one of the copper pipes that feeds the bathroom. So I spent about half the day doing that, just crawling underneath, figuring out what we needed, crawling back out to get the tools, take the pipe off, crawling back underneath, going to Home Depot, getting the parts. Yeah, it's a half-day job. But we got that taken care of, and now there's still a weep, and we're going to replace a whole section of pipe, but it's just a weep. It looks like it's been weeping for years based on the level of corrosion we saw. So we're going to take the back of the bathroom wall off in its place and put new pipe in the wall down to the main feed pipe, and that should take care of it until we tear this place down. And it shouldn't cost more than $50 or so. So we're going to do that for the next couple of weeks because it just has to get done. But what else did we do last week? We did a little bit more maple syrup, a little bit more firewood we did. And that was about it. Beginning of the year, it's just like last year. We were doing wood last year at the beginning of the year. It's nice to take the trees down that we're going to take down before the treetops fill out. Everything falls easier. There's less snags. Just a heck of a lot. You get a lot more accomplished. Come summertime, we still end up dropping a tree here or there when we have to, but it's a lot more work. Whoa. So I guess that's it for this week. I think I'm coming down next week, probably again one day. I have 3 more weeks, 4 weeks. I have 2 courses I'm finishing up for firefighter training. 3 weeks on one, and then it's one following week for the next course. So I will get those 2 courses out of the way, and then I'll be able to come down probably 2 weeks a month. I'm going to try to do 2 weekends a month. Do full weekends instead of coming down for single days. And bring my wife and kids down. They didn't get to come down a lot last year, so I got to schedule it out better. But this year, the main projects we're going to do, we're going to stain my barn, my cabin, which means scrubbing it clean, and probably 10 gallons of stain at $125 for 5-gallon pails, $250 minimum. I got to go up on the roof. We lost 2 roof cleats that I keep the snow from hitting my chimney. So I got to get up there, repair that, and I'm going to put 3 courses of them up there so there's less load on the single course I have now. I'll take a look at the roof panels. If I have to, I can replace them. Just unscrew them, pull them off, have a new one cut. It's not a huge big deal. That's one of the nice things about the Stihl roofing. Back the screws out, replace them. It's really not that bad. For Christmas this year, I got a roof jack for my ladder, so I can actually wheel my ladder up onto the roof and hook it on the ridge. I'll try that out and see how it works. And then I'll tie a rope to a tree on the other side as well for safety. I'm not a big fan of ladders, but I can deal with it. What else for this year? Cleanup year. Like I said, we're going to do some more trail development this year. We didn't do any last year. We did the main loop trail 2 years ago, and didn't add anything to it. We wanted to, and we never got around to it. So we're going to do that. Like I said, I'm going to sell my ATV. Just so we have more equipment than we need. So we're going to get rid of my ATV and just use the other 3 ATVs we have. Probably about it for the year, I bet. Oh, I want to get the water working this year. It's one of my big goals. I figure about $300 to $400 worth of equipment to get that done. I might not get the rainwater part of it done, but the filtering and the line in the ground part, and the pumps, I'd like to get all that done, or at least started. Maybe not hot water this year. That might come next year. Look at one of those tankless hot water heaters. The ones that you can use outdoors, and I'll just mount on the outside of the building. So I'd like to get that done. Between those projects, that'll probably be about all I can do financially and time-wise. It'll keep us busy. So I think it's pretty good for this week. I'm going to head back up to the city and enjoy the rest of this day. It was cool out. The morning it was 28 degrees when I came in, but we chopped a cord of wood and didn't need the jacket chopping the wood. So that's nice. Yeah, just had a flannel and t-shirt underneath it, and I was more than toasty warm. So it's probably in the high 40s, maybe low 50s. Good wood chopping weather. Well, until next time. Thanks for watching.